What's up, Ragin Nation? How's it going? This is Alex Yu, and you're watching the TF Movie Show. This is just a web series. We're talking about the Transformers film franchise. This is episode number 87, and this is going to come off to a surprise to you, but we're not here to talk about Transformers Rise of the Beasts. We are here to talk about Transformers Dark of the Moon. Now, why am I talking about Transformers Dark of the Moon? Because last year I actually mentioned something I was going to do, and that was like a mini web series, and that is called How to Improve Transformers. And I made 4 episodes, and it was 2 episodes dedicated to each movie. So the first episode was dedicated to how I feel about the Transformers film, the first Transformers film, and then rewatched it, okay, and at home, and then I would give you my thoughts about it and what I would improve. And then the next episode, I would talk about how I felt about Revenge of the Fallen. I'd watch it, and then I'd give you my thoughts about it, and then how I would improve it. Now it's time for Dark of the Moon. And so what I want to talk about in this episode with regards to Dark of the Moon is I am going to rewatch it, and then in the next episode, I'm going to tell you how I feel. But what I want to talk about in this episode, I want to talk about how I felt going into this movie. I want to recall back to 2011. Summer of 2011, I ended up buying several tickets to Transformers Dark of the Moon. Haven't seen the film yet, and I already bought tickets to watch it again and again and again and again. That's how excited I was, because at the time, Michael Bay said that, okay, we understand Transformers Revenge of the Fallen wasn't that great. We had the writer's strike, but now I'm going to make it better. But I'm not going to make it better by making it bigger. We're going to take it sideways. Like, what does that even mean, right? So it got a lot of people curious, especially when you look back at the production videos or production behind the scenes stuff. There was a lot of stuff going on, and that was like, are the twins coming back, right? Because we did see behind the scene footage of the twins, which took on the form of different vehicles, because it was originally the Chevy Sparks and the Chevy what was the other one? Chevy Trax. But then they came back in in the behind the scenes footage, they were something entirely different, but they were the same vehicle, but with different colors, right? So there was a lot of speculation that they were back, right? And then people were talking about, oh, it's going to be a flashback scene, whatever, right? But then they didn't come back, thank God, okay? Because we don't need them, right? But then they brought back a whole bunch of other characters, right? So they brought back Sideswipe. He was a big one. Then they, like, in a last minute addition, they brought in who else was there? I can't even remember. Uh, Anyways, that's how much I remember Transformers Dark of the Moon. I loved Transformers Dark of the Moon, okay? I saw it 11 times in the theater, okay? And people wondering, like, how do you watch Transformers Dark of the Moon 11 times? How do you even watch a movie in general 11 times? Well, first of all, you have to like the movie that much. Second, the way I treated it was like, I didn't treat it like an event going into the movie, like on the next few times. What I did was, I was thinking to myself, do I have 2.5 hours to kill? Am I doing anything? No, I'll just go watch it, right? I didn't make a big deal out of it, right? If you make a big deal out of it, you just won't have any time to go. But I just felt like, what am I doing right now? Let me just check the show times. I'm near a theater. Oh, okay. It's showing in 10 minutes. Let's just go. So that's how I ended up watching it 11 times, and I enjoyed it all 11 times. But I'm recalling back to the first time I watched it. I filmed my vlog talking about, how excited I am driving there and in the theater, and like, okay, here it goes. I'll see you on the other side, right? Came out of the theater freaking loving it. Freaking like a freeway chase with the dreads, Mexican standoff. Oh my God, Ironhide getting blown to bits. And that was a huge, huge twist. That was insane. It was kind of spoiled in a graphic, no, I mean in the comic, and then TFW posted an image of it, and which I clicked on. Fine, that was my fault, but they shouldn't really do that, okay? But but then I forgot about it, because there was so much excitement and adrenaline that you immediately forgot about whatever was spoiled. In any case, that was a huge shock when I saw that. I was like, and then Q got killed in the film, who was kind of like a version of Wheeljack, and it was just a really exciting film. We got the building collapse, we got Shockwave, we got Jetwing Prime. So there was a lot of stuff going on, and a lot of people love this film. After watching it so many times, I talked about to a lot of people that, this is the best one. There's so much stuff going on. That Chicago battle was just, oh my god. It was just like an hour or 45 minutes to an hour of just pure awesomeness, of pure like Transformers crazy action, right? And then it was great to see Megatron back. You had another villain in the form of Sentinel Prime. You got a lot of robot action. You got a lot of military versus Decepticon action. So, and the wingsuit sequence. So I was really hyped about this film, and so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna rewatch this film, and then I'm going to share with you my thoughts about it, how I feel about it, and what could be improved. Do I still like it as much as I loved it back in 2011, 12 years ago, where I watched it 11 times? I know my feelings have changed about it, because I've seen better Transformers films, and in the form of Bumblebee and Transformers: Rise of the Beast. So how do I feel about it? I'm going to let you know, and I'm going to talk about how we can fix this movie. Because believe me, it is not perfect. Okay. So anyways, I just wanted to share my thoughts about like me going into this watching this, revisiting this movie again, and just recalling back to 2011. I was hyping this movie back in 2010, summer of 2010. They were in production for this film, super hyping the movie up. This was the beginning of the Ragin Nation, you know what I'm saying? So it was a pretty big deal for me. So this is a pretty substantial film, pretty significant film rather. It went on to make $1.1 billion, being the highest grossing Transformers live action film in the entire film franchise, okay? Even Age of Extinction couldn't beat that. And that was an even bigger film. In any case, yeah, that's all I got to say in this video. I just wanted to share my thoughts about my excitement back in 2011. Now let's go back. Now let's fast forward to present day and see how I really feel about it. Stay tuned for the next episode. We're going to talk about that in this episode, in this little mini series that I'm calling How to Improve Transformers. Okay, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. All right, peace.